Hey there, and welcome to your official day one of our behind the scenes look of the Fight Back Motherhood Business Bootcamp. I am Kelsey Smith, and I am so excited that you're here. Whenever you first subscribed to this series, I went over a little bit about why this is so important to me. I told you a little bit about who I am and my goal for this mentorship. Well, today I want to make sure that you know exactly who the person is that is going to be mentoring you. So I actually have been a health and wellness coach now for 8 years. I found this when I wasn't even looking for it. To be honest with you, I was 23 years old. I did not have babies. I was not married. And I was just actually in a really rough place in my life where I was looking for this sense of purpose after just going through college really fast, thinking that I wanted to get into my career as a news reporter before everybody else, and I was ready to enter that workforce. So I've been a hard worker since day one. I don't know if any of you guys are like that, but I was like, how can I get out of college as quick as I can so I can start my career? Well, my goal was to be a sports reporter. I was gonna be the next Susie Colbert on the sidelines. That was the ultimate plan. But the moment I graduated, no one obviously told me, how much money I would be making. No one talked to me about vacation time or what my hours would look like. And nobody told me that it was really, really hard to get a sports gig in a newsroom because there's very limited spots. There's usually only 1 to 2 spots available. So I actually ended up settling on a news job in a very small town in West Virginia. And my salary started at $21,000. I was barely getting by. Had to go grab an extra job at the old bar that I worked at while I was in college just to make ends meet. I was completely broke, and I remember thinking to myself in those moments as I looked around at my roof leaking and water heater constantly going out, I remember asking myself, like, is this worth it? Is this literally what my life came down to? So when I came across the post on social media from this girl who just seemed to be happy and was getting healthy and was building a business that went along with her health and wellness journey, I totally was turned off by it for a really long time because I didn't believe that. I kind of felt it was too good to be true. But she was very persistent. She kept showing up and she kept sharing this journey, and I got interested. And so the news reporter in me went off, and I did my own research, and I figured out what she was doing. And I didn't care. I didn't know about the business. I didn't care about the business. All I cared about was getting started on a health and wellness journey so I could fix what was going on up here. And I ended up purchasing some DVDs. It's called the 21 Day Fix. It came out in 2014, which is when all this was going down. I purchased these DVDs. It was on back order. That's how long ago it was. And when they finally showed up at my apartment, I remember feeling this sense of hope for the very first time in a really long time. Again, I didn't know the business was even a thing. I just knew I wanted to feel better about myself. And that is actually still a constant 8 years later to this day, which I'll get to in a second. With that being said, I was literally 10 days in when I reached out to that same girl who was posting on social media over and over again. I was like, what's next? This is amazing. I feel good. I felt this sense of control in my life. I was losing weight. I felt healthy. I was fueling my body with good foods. And that's when she introduced the business to me for the first time. And at the time, I didn't have kids. So but I still used that time excuse. And I told her, I was like, I'm working, 50, 60 hours a week as a news reporter, plus taking on bartending shifts just to make ends meet. And she just painted this picture for me and showed me what it did for her life and showed me that what was possible and what she was working toward, which at that time she was working toward quitting her full-time job so she could be a full-time health and wellness coach so she could one day be home with her kids. And I just started thinking about my future. I started thinking about the man that I was dating and that I'm now married to. I started thinking about what my hours would look like if I was a mom, having to go in on nights and weekends. And if I continued to advance in the career and I did end up at ESPN or something, like, what was my life gonna look like? And it started coming to me, and I said, you know what? Why not try? You're passionate about this. You feel really good about this. Why not give this a shot? So on April 22nd, 2014, I actually made the decision to sign up as a coach, a health and wellness coach. And I told myself I was going to give it 5 years. And I always tell women this because I don't believe in coming in and starting this and trying to create a business, and thinking you're going to get somewhere in a year or 2 years. Like, you need to think long term. And I said, I'm going to give this 5 years. I'm going to see what it does. And those 5 years, my life completely changed. Now 8 years in, and I am one of the top coaches in the company. I have a 6-figure annual business. I have been able to afford fertility treatments that helped us conceive our first baby girl. And as I record this, I'm about to expect my second baby within the next couple of days. I've paid off thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of debt since I started this whole thing. And I lead a team of over 1,000 coaches, help women lose anywhere from 5 to 170 pounds. And now I am building this in a brand new season of my life. I'm not the 23-year-old I was anymore. How I got started is not why I'm still here. And I think that that's the most important thing I need you to understand, because for those of you who are listening to me right now, you're probably not 23. You are listening to me through a Fight Back Motherhood Business Bootcamp info session, meaning you probably have kids. You have a lot of responsibilities and things are going on. So maybe you can't relate to the girl that signed up in 2014. So let me tell you why I'm still here. I'm still here because as the years went by, my vision started to change. And I started to realize, like, yes, all these incredible things were happening in my life. And obviously Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income or success. It's all work through hard work, diligence, and skill. But here's the thing you need to understand is that as time went on and things started changing in my life, my reason for being here also continued to change. Right now, 8 years in, I am so driven and my mindset is so clear on where I'm taking this. My reason is my family. I see what I want for my babies. I see what I want for my husband. I see where I want us to be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And that is what gets me up every single day. I still do this because I've created a community of women that I need in my life every single day. After going through postpartum depression with my first, these women helped me through it. They have not just been there for me through business, but they've been there for me through my life. I've met some of my best friends through this opportunity. And while we're scattered all across the country and we can't be together every day like I wish we could, we have this connection and this bond, and we can text each other any minute of any day and talk about baby things and talk about health and wellness and talk about business, and we all have each other's backs. I'm still here because I know I have not reached my potential yet when it comes to what I'm capable of earning. I know what kind of life I want my family to have. I need something. I'm still here because this brings purpose to my life. And I don't know about you, but as a mom, those are the things that are typically missing. Oh, and I forgot one of the most important ones. This helps me be healthy. Right now, as I record this, I mentioned this in the first video, I'm not in the prime state right now of what people would consider a health and wellness coach. You know, I'm 50 pounds heavier. I'm about to deliver a baby and my body's gonna look completely different in a few weeks. But what I can say is that it's held me accountable to my own health and wellness. I'm still here because this allows me to have a purpose. It gives me community. It allows me to continue to create the future I want for my family. And it is allowing me to become the best mom and the best person that I can be. And that is why I believe that this mentorship specifically is so powerful. Because if I can help you see why you want to be here, if I can help you identify what's going to keep you going, because even on my hardest days where I don't feel like showing up, it's those things right there that keep me going anyway. On my bad days, on my bad weeks, on my bad months, I still keep going because guess what? I have a bigger reason for being here. And I'm willing to bet that if you're here, you also have a bigger reason. So let me help you navigate that and figure that out. Okay, so that's my story. That's who I am. That's who would be mentoring you through this process. If you have any questions about the coaching opportunities so far, please make sure that you send me an email so that way I can get those answered. If you're ready to start now, all you need to do is reply to me and I can make sure I get you the information to help you get started. Talk to you soon.